can't stand this guy. How can you not melt listening to Taeyeon? Hello, Claire Bears. It's Elsie. Welcome to my channel. If you are new and if you're returning, welcome back. After nearly 2 years, Taeyeon is finally back with a brand new album, and I'm so excited to hear this release because I Envy You is a fantastic album, and I Envy You as a song is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. It was my top track of 2023 on my Spotify Wrapped, and if 2X is even anything remotely like I Envy You, I feel like I'm in for a treat today. So this video will be in 2 parts because SM has some weird restrictions around the amount of songs that you can have in one video. And to everyone who's been following my Taeyeon journey, yes, I absolutely will be making a part 2 for the Purpose album. It's just been very hectic and I haven't been able to get to it, but I promise you it is coming. So please stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let's get to today's video. But before we do, please don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel. For today's beverage of the day, I have some sparkling rosé. I just spilled this all over myself before the video and got it all over my favorite slippers. So hopefully I can salvage those and hopefully no more spillage today. So we're gonna get started with our title track here, which is 2X. It seems like based on the title of this song that it might be a letter to somebody, or at least that it's being dedicated to someone. So I'm really curious what the vibe is going to be. Is it as if she's telling someone something that she wanted to say that she wished she had said? Maybe it's things, you know, she realized in hindsight. I'm curious to see what exactly it is that she has to say to this person. So let's watch the music video. We're gonna get kind of a lo-fi vibe. Cringe flex. Oh. Huh. Fussy kid. So she feeling trapped in her own life? Feels very childlike in this video in terms of ooh, okay, maybe I should stop. Stop so I can finish my thought. But it almost has this vibe of when a parent has sent a child to their room for misbehaving, because, you know, the vibe that I got from the lyrics is that this relationship has turned sour and it's become all about the other person. And, you know, this idea of her writing to her diary too, it's not fun anymore. In my absence from my own day drains the life from the day, and then actually calling her a difficult, fussy kid. And it also looks like from this opening scene that this line here, some of these lines might be coming from a book, because it says, Nar, when you flipped over the chair, the frame, the books next to the television, and even the vases in the kitchen, I was like, is this really a perfect world? I don't know. It's so confusing. I need to turn the light off. And that can be a really difficult time in a relationship when, kind of like she was saying at the beginning, when, you know, it was nice and it was maybe a bit cringe, but you were feeling good about the relationship, and then all of a sudden things have turned sour. It's almost like there's this piece of denial of, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to accept that this relationship couldn't be what I thought it was. And then we have this man placing this book on top of this old TV that says his name is Nar. So I'm guessing this is Nar. And then your new t-shirts, all we talk about. It's almost like, you know, something so vapid that's about you is what our relationship has been reduced to now. And then we had that house that had showed up on the TV screen that was upside down, and now it says SS on it. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but let's keep watching. Tried to cater to you. She's trapped in this house. Oh. It's like the world is upside down. Her whole world is being turned upside down by this revelation, maybe. The song itself is very catchy and has that like coffee house vibe almost. I can't stand this guy after what he's done to Taeyeon. Taeyeon. It's like forcing her to watch this. Feels like this gaslighting. Oh, narcissist. Interesting. Ooh. So she's setting the whole thing on fire. Oh my goodness, there's so much to unpack with this. And this like gaslighting that is taking place. Like with things like this line, who else will get your world if not me? It's kind of like there's no one else who's going to understand you like I understand you. And you know, like she says, there can be a world in which you would find that sweet. It's like, oh, you're the only one who understands me. But in reality, that is just incredibly abusive behavior from someone who's just trying to keep you under their control. And then this guy sits her down in the chair and forces her to watch all of these videos of this upside down world as if that is the real world. But unfortunately for this gentleman, she's going to block it out, lights out, but really lights on because she's setting this thing on fire. Just something I love and appreciate about Taeyeon so much is that she's willing to go to these dark places and sing about these dark subjects that I'm sure have just affected so many people. And it's amazing to see her demonstrate this show of strength because it's so hard for people to get out of this cycle of an abusive relationship, and not only just to escape, but to feel worthy of escaping. Because imagine if just one single person sees this video from Taeyeon and realizes or comes to the realization that what relationship they've been in has been like this, and then decides to leave because of it. Like, she's just so inspiring in that way, you know? And for the song itself, I feel like it's very subdued, which, you know, is definitely an appropriate vibe for the subject. But it was interesting that we didn't get any like huge powerhouse of a vocal performance in this. Despite, of course, her voice being beautiful as always, it was more so of those kind of softer, more vulnerable vocals that she has. And I'm curious to see if this more subdued and vulnerable tone continues throughout the album. So we're gonna go to the next song here, which is Melt Away. Now, I really hope this doesn't bite me in the butt, but I wanted to react to the different highlight clips because they had little pieces of what I imagine is the story for this album. However, I noticed that they were released in the order that does not match up with the album order of the songs. So I'm going to react to these clips in the order that they appear on the album, but I really hope that there isn't a through line of the storyline from clip to clip that I'm just completely missing out on by doing it out of order. I tried to find some information online about whether or not there was a through line storyline, but again, obviously, you know, it's kind of hard to know without actually watching the videos, and I couldn't find anything. So fingers crossed this doesn't bite me in the butt. It certainly did for the Idol video that I did when I reacted to Allergy and Queen Card out of order. But let's see now what this Melt Away clip has in store for us. He's back. Oh. So is she feeling like bored or lonely? Is she coming to this realization, putting on a front when he's there, and then when he's not, she's having this, you know, internal reflection? And the song itself sounded like it had a bossa nova-y type of vibe. So let's listen to Melt Away. Ooh. And that muted trumpet. Percussion here. The maracas and like the hitting the edge of the snare drum. I'm blanking. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I'm a drummer. I should remember when you hit the edge of the rim of the snare drum with the back of your stick. Apologies. I'll go back a little bit. I love the contrast between the soft high vocals and then the intense vocals. Ooh. Ooh. Those vocals. Ooh. That's such an interesting melody. I feel like, how can you not melt listening to Taeyeon? That must be so difficult to sing, going up and down like that. When those little ad-libs in the back. It's so like sultry. Just going back and forth between those two vocal styles. Oh my gosh, this would be incredible live. Imagine how she would just smash this. Wow, this was such a groove. And I was so focused. I was so focused on the vocals and the instrumental that I just did not really focus on the lyrics much, so I'll have to go back and look at those. But at first glance, it seems like Taeyeon is starting to take back control of this relationship, of, you know, melting this person away. Like, tell me what you're feeling. You might not know, so leave it to me. I'll touch the deep end. Your heart deceived itself too. The coldness in your eyes melt slowly. So, you know, really trying to remove this barrier that seems to exist between her and this person. And, you know, touch that deep end of what they're truly feeling. I'm a shining sun. I bring out your heart as if it's natural. In the rushing waves, even if you struggle, not bad, you're melting to me. So, you know, this ice that's melting is creating all this water, and in this rush of water, she's saying, even if you struggle, not bad. Your frozen expression melts slowly. Your clear heart speaks, be here with me. It seems like you've changed your temperature. Nothing left. Hey, I'll take it all. There's this like twinge of revenge, it almost feels like, or something sinister. And I feel like that's reflected in her vocals here too, where she'll take turns between these really soft, like head voice vocals and then these deep chest voice powerful vocals, of those soft vocals kind of just luring you in and letting your guard down. And that's when she hits you with those like powerhouse moments, and that's where she'll just take control. And you know what they say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I am here for a woman scorned, Taeyeon. And that's what that kind of felt like at the beginning of that highlight clip of she just had this look in her eyes of she was ready to deliver that scorn, which I am 1000% here for. And just like as a music fan also, it was kind of cool to hear the different mutes that were used on the trumpets throughout the song, because it started out feeling very bossa nova-y, that more samba style with the muted trumpet, and then with that harmon mute at the end, the kind of like wee 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 effect that a trumpet will have. It went more into the kind of jazzier side of bossa nova. So yeah, really, really, really like this song and this energy and the vocals that Taeyeon brought to it. But now let's listen to Burn It Down, where it feels like, based on this title of Burn It Down, if this album were a volleyball match, where this first song would be Taeyeon getting herself into position underneath the ball to hit it perfectly, it feels like Burn It Down is preparing for a spike in her Mercedes convertible. So let's watch this clip for Burn It Down. Uh-oh. Oh no. Are we getting too self-destructive, Taeyeon? Oh boy. I'm glad you didn't end up turning that car on. Now this is making me doubt whether she's going to burn the relationship down. It might be burn herself down, kind of like set myself on fire vibes. I guess there's only one way to find out, so let's listen to Burn It Down. So she's got him where she wants him. Cutting here and there. Ooh, those harmonies. I'm just like so vexed by this. And I like the subtlety of that beat. Yeah, leave nothing behind, burn it all down. It's just like wanting to erase this whole situation from her memory. And it's different than what I was expecting, you know, because I was expecting that big combustion to happen with Burn It Down. This feels more subtle. And there almost sounds like there's a piece to it, you know? Like peace, like peace. Like she's at peace with what is happening with this relationship. But it took me a second. I was probably looked very puzzled as I looked at the lyrics and was trying to absorb what she was saying, because it starts with this thought of, in the end, crumbling down when you look at me, how's your heart? And then later, in the falsehoods you created as you pleased, ignoring all shadows of the heart, for me who wandered in the gray smoke, what do you want? It feels like her saying, like, are you happy? Is this what you wanted all along, for me to be in this state? If that's the case, leave me, disappear far away, the broken me, burn it down. And it must be a farewell to my lingering self, the conclusion that was off from the beginning. No matter how much I think, since there's no sincerity at all, maybe to you, I'm just a light stimulus. Like, you never loved me for me, you were just using me as a means to an end. In your touch that covered my eyes, forgetting even the smallest doubt, to me who believed everything was love, what do you want? You know, you were blinding me and making me forget what love actually is and how I should be treated. And innocently, the me who only looked at you from that time is gone. In your hands, I am gone. Like, I'm glad she's realized that she's not this person anymore. And it's so interesting how she can show both this vulnerability but this strength at the same time, because, you know, there is strength in vulnerability and there's a courage in it to acknowledge how you were controlled and to admit that you were being controlled. So as usual, just an absolutely amazing performance here by Taeyeon, not just in terms of the vocals, of course, but also just the lyrics and how she delivers them. And again, brings that strength to that vulnerability. So thank you so much, friends, for watching part 1 of my reaction and analysis. And if you would like to see me react to the second half of this album, you can click right here. So if you're going to join me for that, I will see you shortly. And if not, I hope you're doing well and I wish you the most wonderful of days.